Today, guys, I'm going to give you my own review of WWE 2K24. I've had the game for about 3 days and some change now, and I've put in a lot of hours. WWE 2K24 has been a really cool experience. It's been better than I could imagine. And when I mean that is that I was really excited for the game, but in the back of my head, I'm like, 2K does an incredible job at getting us hyped, but sometimes the game is just not there. And confidently, after 3 days, I can say the game is there. This is probably the smoothest gameplay we've had in a WWE game in years. 2K14 was my favorite WWE 2K game before this one. I know a lot of people like 2K19. It kept the series alive while 20 was just out there just producing garbage. But 24 is a fresh breath of life into the series. 2K24 is the most detailed game that I've played in a really long time, probably since 14, because a lot of the stuff that you can do in this game you could do in 14, but this year you can do it even better. Just the selling in the game, the way the game looks beautiful, especially when you go into a daytime WrestleMania arena. You can look at the WrestleMania 31 arena and the WrestleMania 39 arena. They look awesome. It's funny because I don't like watching wrestling during the day, but in the game I prefer to go into all the daytime arenas because it just looks sunny, it looks good, the shadows are hitting. Just to talk about some of the modes here, guys. So universe mode, I don't really got to explain myself too much. If you guys watch the hands-on video, go on ahead and watch that. I basically tell you some of the new stuff that they brought in. New stuff that really stood out is the cash-in. Everything else is basically copy and paste. Is a little bit more immersive. You get the new match types in the game. Aside from that, though, universe mode is not really hidden. There are no faction rivalries. There's nothing really new in universe mode that stands out to me. Everything just works how it was supposed to work last year because it was a lot of bugs, and this year it works as intended. So it's much more polished, but no additions. Promos would have been something that would have been very welcomed into the game, but 2K decided that they didn't want to pull the trigger just yet on promos, so I get it. If I'm being honest, if they're going to do promos how they did in 2K19, I personally could just wait because 2K19 promos were very generic. If you can allow us to just give us a promo option, you guys already have the microphone in the game. Just let me type in what I want to type in. I don't know though. Universe mode, to me, I would rate the mode about a 7 out of 10 as a full mode, but in terms of improvements, maybe a 3. My GM, that is probably the most improved mode in WWE 2K24. With the trade feature, being able to negotiate for certain weeks to have wrestlers, it's a good time. It's fun. I plan to do a series where I go on ahead and stream it and you guys help me get the matches right and all that. It's cool. It's something that I do enjoy. So I don't know, man. I really think that my GM is there with the best of them. I really like my GM, and I would probably say that it's the best mode in the game right now. And then you have Universe. I know both can kind of go back and forth. I know everybody has their own cup of tea, but in terms of a mode that really has been updated, it's probably my GM. And you guys can go on ahead and watch my videos on previous my GM as well, because I talk about it. I give you guys all the details that they drop. I think my video lived up to it when I said my GM may take over the game as the best mode. I think that mode has a lot of replayability. And Showcase, man oh man, Showcase was garbage. Showcase was not good. Showcase was probably the worst Showcase experience I've had because I had to force myself to play it to get the arenas, but I did find some stuff out. I did post those videos yesterday, so you guys can go on ahead and check that out if you want to finish it fast and you have the 40 years of WrestleMania pack, because that would be the only way that you can get through it fast and get everything unlocked how it's intended. Showcase just feels lazy. A lot of the cutscenes are just lazy, and then you have, oh, go to the northwest turnbuckle, put your opponent on the top, then do this, and it's like, bro, I know my directions, but like, this is crazy. And it's like, there's nothing important sometimes that they go and make us do an objective for. Like, you can do 6 to 7 objectives max, give us more freedom throughout the match, and I guarantee you players would have a better experience. But some of these matches have 17, 18 objectives, and that's just way too many. It makes the match feel long. It makes the showcase feel tedious. It makes it feel not fun. I'm glad I got it out the way, and my save better not corrupt because I'm not doing it again. Because that's one thing with 2K. The last couple of years, my saves corrupt too much. But Showcase was just, I don't know, man. I know some people liked it, but it's just those cutscenes. If I wanted to watch it, I go on Peacock or WWE Network. I don't want to watch a documentary that way where it slings me out of my game into some real life footage. Please just do the game engine cutscenes. And I know that that takes more time, but they did the in-game cutscenes from 2K15 to 2K19, I believe. After 20, 22, 23, 24, it might have been 22 that they introduced it. You guys let me know down below when they introduced the slingshot mechanic. But personally, the slingshot mechanic is the worst mechanic they could ever put in the game, especially for us content creators, because we cannot go on there and showcase because we already know what's going to happen if we do that. Personally, I don't like it. I know some people do. The unlockables do make it worth it because it's really, really good unlockables, but very tedious and very lazy. That's all it felt like to me. The My Rise. My Rise, I've dabbled into it. I've watched videos. I haven't really been able to play the full thing, so take my opinion with a grain of salt. The cons that I have for My Rise is in the backstage area, you stand there and you got to actually choose who you want to talk to, just like last year. If we can get a Road to WrestleMania experience where we can walk around the backstage area, that would be way better than what we currently have right now. And it's a minor detail, but I think that it would really change the perspective of some players, because some players feel like, again, it's just copied and pasted certain things. Of course, the story arc this year, amazing. From what I see, it looks way better. A lot of wrestlers involved, and it looks like Brock Lesnar was pasted all around this game. And unfortunately, those allegations came out, so we can't get him. But he's a huge part of the My Rise, the showcase. He's just everywhere. So the My Rise is good. And I heard that there are some paybacks behind the women's My Rise and the men's My Rise and My Faction unlockables as well. So all in all, you are going to get some paybacks and everything like that. So it's cool. Personally, the My Rise is probably better than most years in terms of story, and I've expressed that before. I like how it has a little bit to do with the actual WWE and not just a complete made-up story. I like the fact that they kind of picked up on some things, and as most of you guys know, Roman Reigns goes on ahead and vacates his title, and then the story arc starts that way. So personally, I think the My Rise is pretty cool, and I think it's something that you guys are going to like. As we know, that is a huge chunk and part of the game that we do play, so I'm definitely a fan. And lastly, guys, we get to My Faction. My Faction has been one of the modes that has unexpectedly gotten most of the improvements in the mode. This is like My GM and then My Faction. Both of those modes really, really got some nice updates. You have the ranked mode in My Faction, and don't get me wrong, guys, the servers in this game suck, but I'll get to it. Then you also have My Faction Wars. Last year and the year before, we had My Faction Wars, and they were cool. The problem was that it was just 4v4 matches and you had to play them a lot. This year, there's a lot of replayability. I already wasted all my tickets. They start you off with like 5-6 tickets. I already wasted it. You guys can check my Faction roster right here. Personally, I love it. It gives me some replayability, something to do, especially when I'm streaming and I want to talk to chat. This is what I play. This is my mode to kill time, talk to y'all, and it's easy. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that you're going to be there like sweating. There is a mode called Proving Grounds that you do got to play on Legend to unlock a lot of the cards, and they actually reward you with really good rewards down the line. And that one is the one that's a little bit tougher. But My Faction Wars got me John Cena, got me The Rock, got me Trish Stratus. There's just some dope stuff going on in that mode. I think you guys should definitely give it a shot. I haven't spent no money. And then you have the Persona cards like Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, John Cena, Hulk Hogan, and 3 of those are action figures, and Seth Rollins is the Shield version. So for you guys that don't know, that is pretty much the My Faction part of the game. I think you guys should give it a shot. It's a good experience, at least to me so far. We'll see how long I can play it for, because I get tired sometimes of these things, but so far I'm really enjoying My Faction. All in all, I'm gonna give this game an 8 out of 10, and the reason why is because it's a very, very huge, vast improvement from 2K23. The games look similar but almost feel different in its own way. Being able to throw weapons, super finishers, it's just a really good, fun time. Now, some of the downfalls with this game is the online servers. That hasn't seemed to improve in the past couple years. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, it's just really, really tough to improve on with those servers. So I really, really hope that they do fix that in the future, because that's something that I would like to dabble into. I've tried to play with my boy Kenny Bomb today. If you guys don't know him, make sure y'all check out his channel. And we got lagged out of 2 consecutive matches where we were putting on bangers. So this is coming from somebody who plays the game and has put a ton of hours into the game so far, and those are just my 2 cents. 2K, please fix community creations if y'all can, because Xbox is still getting cooked. Some people can, some people cannot. But guys, This is my review, hands-on WWE 2K24 review. I know some of you guys were asking me, oh, how do you feel about the game? Would you recommend me to get it? Which edition should I get? I'll tell you guys right now. You should either get the $70 version, which is just the standard game, or the deluxe edition. 40 years of WrestleMania is cool, but some of the stuff you're not even getting right now, so you can just come back down the line, spend the $20 then. That way you don't spend 120 plus tax right now. And if you guys like Showcase, the deluxe edition is perfect because you don't got to unlock everything right away. That's just the edition I do recommend you guys get. But if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna catch y'all. Peace.